Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh and sizzling news all day long. If this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button down below. Also leave your opinions in the comment section below as well. Without further ado, let's delve right into the details of today's news. In a joint statement issued on 17th April 2025, the chairman of all branches of the Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, in Rivers State strongly condemned the Rivers State sole administrator, Vice Admiral Okoye Ibaz, retired, accusing him of unconstitutional actions that undermine democratic governance. The NBA criticized the suspension of elected officials and controversial appointments, calling these acts unlawful and harmful to democracy. The NBA urged President Tinubu to review the emergency governance in Rivers, reinstate the elected governor Siminalayi Fubara, and uphold the people's mandate, warning that normalizing such overreach threatens Nigerians' democracy and rule of law. On 28 April 2025, news broke that Mrs. Cordelia, aka the chairman of the Nigerian Bar Association, NBA Port Harcourt branch in Rivers State, was issued a query by the Rivers State sole administrator, Vice Admiral Okoye Ibaz, retired, through the Ministry of Justice. The query, dated April 25 and signed by Ebirieng Deresima, Director of Administration at the Ministry, accused Eke of serious misconduct for co-authoring a communique that criticized the state administration for severe and brazen acts of lawlessness and impunity, including the alleged dismantling of democratic institutions and suppression of peaceful protests. On the query, the sole administrator contended that such actions violated the public service rules and were unbecoming of a civil servant. Issues arising from the above. Number 1, institutional independence and representational capacity. The disciplinary query issued by the Rivers State Ministry of Justice against Mrs. Cordelia, aka a director in the ministry and the current chairman of the NBA Port Harcourt branch, for position allegedly taken in her official capacity, is fundamentally flawed. The Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, is an independent, non-governmental professional body with its own legal personality. When a branch chairman speaks on behalf of the association, such expression is attributable to the institution, not the individual. Holding Mrs. A.K. personally accountable in her capacity as a civil servant for actions undertaken as an elected representative of the NBA undermines the principle of organizational independence and contravenes established norms governing professional bodies. 2. Freedom of expression and professional advocacy. Section 39, subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended guarantees the right to freedom of expression, a right that applies to all citizens, including public servants. Furthermore, Rule 42 of the Rules of Professional Conduct, ROPC 2023, expressly allows lawyers to write articles for publication in support of justice and public legal enlightenment. Additionally, Rule 1 of ROPC 2023 mandates all lawyers to uphold the rule of law and promote justice at all times. The position reportedly taken by Mrs. A.K. in the discharge of her MBA responsibilities clearly falls within the scope of these constitutional and professional protections. 3. MBA's constitutional mandate and public interest responsibility. Under Section 3, subsection 11 of the NBA Constitution, the NBA is specifically mandated to promote the rule of law. This obligation is carried out through its branches and their elected officers. As chairman of the NBA Port Harcourt branch, Mrs. A.K. is not only permitted but obligated to speak and act in furtherance of this objective. Any efforts to intimidate or penalize her for fulfilling this constitutional role constitutes an assault on the autonomy of the NBA and set a dangerous precedent for undermining the independence of the legal profession. 4. Public perception and the question of peace building. A legitimate question must be asked: is the sole administrator in Rivers State deployed to build peace or to suppress dissent and intimidate professionals? The stance adopted by the Ministry of Justice risks being perceived as punitive, iron-dead, and inconsistent with democratic norms. The legal community and the general public are likely to view the threat of dismissal as an attack on institutional accountability, particularly when aimed at an official carrying out a legitimate democratically conferred mandate in the public interest. In light of the foregoing, the disciplinary query and implied threats of dismissal against Mrs. Cordelia Okoye are inconsistent and constitutionally guaranteed professional conduct rules and the NBA's own constitutional objectives. The Rivers State Ministry of Justice is hereby urged to withdraw the query and reaffirm its respect for the independence of the legal profession, the autonomy of the NBA, and the constitutional rights of lawyers to advocate, criticize, and promote the rule of law, even when such advocacy challenges governmental authority. You all, what are your thoughts? Let's have them in the comment section below. What do you all think of this? Before we go, guys, let's take a look at just a couple of reactions online. Emeka Onoha says, "This is what Mr. Solo can do, illegal imposter." Thank you very much for always listening and watching. Let's have your total opinions in the comment section below. What do you all think of this? First of all, I think that, the SO administrator have no rights. He has no rights whatsoever to, threaten this woman with sack. Lawyers are mandated, according to what I've read, lawyers are mandated to speak on the truth, to speak on justice, whether or not, the person is their boss or not. They are mandated, they are obligated, to speak on these issues, and they should not now feel like timid or afraid because the person is a boss to them. Whether it's the governor, whether it's anybody, they are mandated to do that. And also, this woman is the NBA chairman in Port Harcourt, and she made a speech in her capacity as the chairman of the NBA in Port Harcourt, saying that all of these issues are happening in Rivers State, the state of emergency, so administrator imposition, should we say. She has to speak on it. She has to speak on the matter. And it's different from her position as a civil servant under the government of Rivers State. It's very different entirely. So you should now not, threaten or query her because she made a statement in a capacity that is even different from, being a civil servant. What are your thoughts? Do you think that the woman should have spoken against the sole administrator? Or do you think that, whether as a chairman of NBA or as a civil servant, that as long as it's the same person making the statement, that, she's still wrong and it's the same person, it doesn't matter. But realistically, it is very different. She made that statement in representation of the NBA, National Bar Association of Nigeria. Thank you very much, you all, for always listening and watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.